You have one new voicemail.
Hi! So you would be so proud of me. I'm hosting Thanksgiving for my friends, and I was stressed because I really wanted it to feel just like Michigan. But then I found the same stuffing mix that you use on Instacart. And I ordered instant gravy, canned cranberry, what else? Oh, I got everyone a little butter sculpture shaped like a turkey. All right, I should probably get cooking, but I miss you today. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. Oh, and you should download Instacart. It's way easier than sending Dad to the store.
Download Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
What's up, Cuzzy Wuzzies? You're listening to the Bay Ridge Boys, History Hyenas. Bad.
What's up to the toots and non-toots alike? Welcome to History Hyena. Not Oz. This podcast just got a lot more swarthy and a little less weight. Because right now I'm looking around and it is full of sand and full of que pasa mi gente. We got a White Walker to my left, moving Puerto Ricans across state lines with Sergio Blizzy Chacon. And over to my right, we got the king of the sandbox, Zach Isis, and no Chrissy Chlamydia today. So what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up? Now everyone's got to talk more because we're missing a venereal disease. if a venereal disease was a human, it would be Chrissy DiStefano. What's up, Sergio? Welcome back.
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, can we get his mic on? Yeah.
I said, I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me again. And I appreciate you allowing me to use your freezer for my frozen thaw rats.
Yeah, I mean, he came in here with frozen rats. If only the
my
other
snakes gotta eat, baby.
Yeah. So he came through. He's like, "Yo, can I put my frozen rats in the freezer?" Because he's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. He went and picked up the rats from Pet. Where do you get them now? Petland or Petco, or just from a dude on the corner?
Yo, chill. Don't even talk about Petland. They closed down recently. That breaks my heart. That was my very first job. Yeah, I know this.
Do you meet a Chinese guy in the street who has a Chinese restaurant who just is like, "Look, we have enough for meat. You can use the rest of these for your snakes."
I wish I had that sort of connect. Yeah, if you got that connect, hit me on the hip because I'll take that connect. These rats are expensive. $15 for a jumbo rat.
$15 for a jumbo rat, and that feeds your snake for how many weeks?
Well, I like to feed them.
How many rats do you have to give your snake to convince the rat not to eat that beautiful exotic cat that you have walking around? That cat lives in constant fear, Sergio.
Yo, if you cats. I got 2 cats.
Yo, if you follow, one of them just hides though. The other one just hides.
Yeah, man, antisocial.
Yeah, you got one cat that's antisocial, and the other one that's gorgeous.
Yeah, he won't live long though because he's a Persian. So to get this beautiful breed, you got to shrink their nose, blow up their head. Yeah. He probably has a lifespan of 3 days.
3 days. And it's probably, it's only going to be 3 days because he lives his life in fear. If you go follow Sergio Chacon on Instagram, you can see Sergio Chacon's aquarium in his living room, which also doubles as a boxing gym and a family room. So
that's a lot going on there, Bob.
And occasionally he'll do a character, he'll throw a wig on and do an Instagram video in that same room, drink coffee, drinks a lot of coffee in there as well. But he takes pictures. He's got a dog in there. He's got 15 snakes. He's got a couple lizards and a family. So if you go to his Instagram, follow him. What is it? At Sergio Chacon?
Yes, sir.
At Sergio Chacon. You can see that cat and you can look in that cat's face. That cat has an anxiety disorder because when the humans are out, it's just him and the snakes.
Yo, his nose is mad small. It's like the size of my pinky nail. He's like Persian. It's ridiculous how they shrink that nose. And he like snorts like he had a cocaine problem. He's like, he might like, yo, you holding out on me, cat?
He could just be imitating his owner. Yo, he hears you do that.
Yeah, I don't do that shit out in the open. I do it in the bathroom, running the water with a little button lock.
Yo, what was that? What website from Florida did you get the cat from? Or how much you pay for that cat?
No. I got the cat. Liz, my wife, got the cat from a breeder in the Bronx. So she goes to the Bronx, like Riverdale. It's a nice part of the Bronx, right? And she meets this woman, and this woman has 4 Persians. They don't have big litters, maybe 3. And she says to Liz, she's like, they act up. So if they act up, just whoop them. Liz is like, what? She's like, yeah, you can whoop them because they act up. And that was the advice she gave her for $500 and got the cat. That was it. She bounced.
Yeah,
and Liz used all my coins to buy the cat. Like every time I go home, I throw loose change in a like a Bustelo jar.
So she came with $4.50 and the last 50 was in quarters.
No, that's $500 in coins. She made my daughter Charlie carry that shit.
Oh man, yo, I want to go get the other 3 because I feel bad that the other 3 are with that woman that's whooping the cats.
She said, just whoop them.
Yeah,
just slapping cats.
that is that woman.
Kittens.
If you get your cats from somebody in the Bronx, let's just be crystal clear. That woman in the Bronx is not concerned with animal rights.
Those are Sarah McLachlan cats.
There'll be a white woman who sees her and be like, what are you doing with those cats? She's like, shut up, I'm disciplining my cats. That's what I'm doing. I'm from the Bronx. So there's the cat right there on Instagram. Let's see this video. It's not. Yeah, Sergio's got boxing gloves on, and the cat's like, look, I already live in enough fear from these reptiles. Now I got to worry about you punching me.
Look, he takes mass shots.
Yeah.
He got no defense. That's why he has a pug nose.
That cat is beautiful, though. But those cats aren't bred to, like, kill mice or anything. They're just bred to look pretty.
He'll fuck a mouse up.
He will, right?
He's like about to fall off.
He's fighting back. He's lazy.
Yo, my dog killed a mouse yesterday.
That's good.
I had a mouse in my apartment.
Well, don't say you had a mouse. If you have one, you have a bunch.
I know that's the problem.
You think it's one.
It's brutal. That's just the reality of living in New York City. But my wife came home and there was a dead mouse by the water bowl. So he killed my dog, Isla, the Puerto Rican dog. Killed the mouse.
You have a mixed breed, right?
Yeah, she's mostly lab, but she's something else. She's got some other things. And she's a Puerto Rican street dog that I rescued. You know what I mean?
They'll live a long time.
Yeah,
They're durable.
Yeah, I like my
mixed
dogs.
breeds.
Yeah, I want urban dogs. I want my dog to be a New Yorker. I want either a Jewish dog, Italian dog, or Puerto Rican or black dog. My dog is black. Now, if my dog was an
It has a
Angelo,
little white on the chest, though, doesn't
a little
it?
white, yeah.
Yeah, a little white. I noticed that.
if my dog was an Angelo Lozada joke, I would say, I got my dog from Puerto Rico. She's a black lab, which makes her Dominican.
And red.
Honk. Yeah. So me, Sergio, and Angelo Lozada, we went to Miami. We had a great time down in Miami.
Man, that was a good fucking time.
We had a good time. The only problem was that I decided to swing the bat and try to fly standby. That wasn't smart.
Hyenas pulled some dirtbag shit. So my wife is a flight attendant. I could get buddy passes, and it's usually good for me. I got a D1 pass. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little ahead of the line. Hyenas and Angelo got it, but this regular buddy passes, they missed the first flight because they weren't paying attention. And, you were just too laxed out. You weren't, they were like group 6. He was part of group 6 going over.
That was on the way down. So on the way down.
Going over to Miami.
I had no idea what flying standby is. I've never done it before. It sounded good. I figured I could cut a few corners, save some money. Plus, I didn't book the flights because I'm a fucking dirtbag and I'm very unorganized. And
you just got to be on top of it. When they call a group, you get there.
Yeah.
When they call group 7, and then they just like ripped up his tickets in his face.
That was on the way down. Yeah. Wow. So this is what happened. So when you fly standby, if you haven't flown standby, you go to the desk with your ticket, but it's not even a real ticket. It's just a waste of paper is what it is.
It was a real ticket. You just didn't go.
But no, they give you that first ticket that
It was a boarding pass. You had seats.
No. But first they give you the ticket. The boarding passes, and it's just a waste of paper. And then you go hand it to the person at the desk, and then they take that, rip it up, and give you your boarding pass. So we did that. We took that waste of paper, got our boarding pass, group 6, and then we got a little cocky. That's when we got cocky. We were acting like we had first class tickets, and we just went over and sat down in the waiting area and started talking like we were in first class. Yeah. So they called group 6. We missed it. So then, and Sergio was like, yo, you guys should be paying attention. You group 6. Cause he's good. He's a level 1. I learned everything about fucking standby. Level 1, that's like a husband or wife of the flight attendant. You get special treatment. We're like level 3. We're just we're like friends of the husband, or we're like the lowest level of people on standby.
Bottom feeder this shit.
Yeah. We're like, I think they even put the dogs in the crate underneath the plane above us on standby. So Sergio was like, you guys should, we were just talking, laughing, sitting, and Sergio's like, you guys should be paying attention, man. Like, they may call your group because they had already started boarding. So me and Angelo came up And we looked at tickets, group 6, and then we heard them called group 7. And we're like, so we tried to cut the front of the line. A couple people like, what the fuck are you doing? We're like, group 6, you know, we get cocky. Like we have real tickets. And we found out real quick that we were being too cocky.
And Hyenas was wearing that same t-shirt because I remember the stain on the left armpit. With his Yankee hat, mad high, dirty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yankee fitted, mad high.
Yeah.
With one little bag with a sock popping out of it. Arrogant.
Yeah, too arrogant. That's my summer style, right? White t-shirt, pit tains. The white t-shirt's a little too small, so the gut's hanging over a little bit. You can see it. I'm not in white t-shirt shape, but I act like I am in white t-shirt shape. You're in white t-shirt shape, but you always wear black.
Yeah, because I don't like the yellow armpit stains anymore, man. That shit annoys me.
Yeah. So anyway, we get up to the flight attendant. What do you call those? What are they? Attendants?
Yeah.
They don't get on the plane. They're just attendants, right?
Gate agent.
So we get up to the gate agent and she looks at her tickets and she goes, oh wait, no. And she just goes like this and rips them. She went high too. She could have ripped it down here.
Yeah.
She put up to her eye level.
Above her head.
And she went, and she ripped it.
She was flustered because there was a flight that was canceled and mad people were coming in. So she was just like, they were stressed the fuck out.
Yo, Isis, can I get a water? Can I get another water? I mean, it's 88 degrees and I need a water. Sergio,
where?
would you like a water?
I got a water.
Yeah, give me one of those Smithtown waters. Oh, yeah. No, is there anyone in the refrigerator? I would like one in the refrigerator. Sean Terry, can I get one of there? Let me get one of those waters from the refrigerator. Yeah. Thank you, Isis.
There's only one.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So then they ripped it up and she told, they're frustrated because the fucking some flights were some other flights were canceled. And if that happens, they push everyone on those flights onto your flight. So we got pushed back and she was like, just wait over there. We're going to try to get you on. And then we didn't fucking get on. But then we got on the next plane, so it wasn't bad. Now, here's the thing. Angelo, he's a good friend. He's going through some health problems. So Sergio said to me on the way down, he's like, yo, Pa, you sure you want to do this standby?
Yo, I told Yanni, I was like, yo, dogs, we could go on standby, do the buddy pass thing, but let's get a ticket for our boy. He's not feeling great.
Yeah.
Yo, he just ignored me. He just sat on the text for like 24 hours. And then we were talking in the group text and he's just got mad jokes about everything, but he's addressing every other issue on planet Earth but the ticket situation.
Yeah, except my responsibilities. I'm talking about everything except what I should be responsible for.
And you're talking about everything else in debt.
Yeah.
Like you have knowledge about the shit you're talking about. But like, what about these tickets that, to Miami for these 2 shows? He didn't even know that there was only 2 shows. He's asking me, he's like, how many shows we got? Yeah. He's like, yo, more me is there too? I thought we did 2 shows tonight. Like, you had no idea. You don't care.
I know. When did I stop caring? Yo. Yeah. It's a lot different flying with Chrissy because Chrissy's organized, right? He knows
Chrissy's organized. He sent me my itinerary.
I make you make all the decisions when you fly with me. I'm like, yo, tell me where we need to be. What time's the show start?
Doing administrative work for this motherfucker.
Yeah, I had to ask them what time the show started.
It was all good.
Yeah, we had a great time.
So what happened with Angelo?
So Angelo's not feeling well. So what Sergio said was right. He warned me. Look, I'm a guy who take home run swings. Yeah. That's what I do. I'm like in comedy. I'm like Jose Canseco. Minus the steroids. I don't do any cycle. But I'm a guy who go up there.
Do one straw like Chrissy?
I don't know.
Like Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yo, is that true that Chrissy didn't really do a cycle?
He did do a cycle,
He did, because when I first met him, I mean, we talked about this, but he was huge. Mm-hmm. Big shoulders, like a football player.
Yeah, he did do a cycle. And
that's hilarious that he talks about it.
Yeah, he also pretended like he was Italian for the first 4 years of his fucking career, I think. Because I think the Jersey Shore was big back then, so he was like, he's just riding that wave because he's Chrissy fucking true blue psychopath. So
Chrissy got a big head.
Chrissy got a fucking helmet head.
Like, if you haven't seen Chrissy in person, it's a strikingly big head.
It's strikingly
From
big.
every side, it's huge. It's like a golden retriever hybrid head.
Yeah.
Because it's like blonde and like it's big and like the front is always wet. Like,
it stands out.
It stands out.
Yeah,
like a
college mascot.
Yeah. He looks like he's a college mascot who took the suit off but left the head on. He looks like a fucking lollipop. Yeah, he's got a big.
He got a
big butt too.
Yeah, it's like a buxom.
Yeah,
that's what you call him, a buxom.
Well, I call him Fred Flintstone. He looks like he's shaped like Fred Flintstone.
I mean, he got big hips. He got bachata hips. Like if you know how to dance bachata or merengue, he'll kill it because they're very like
He's a guy who needs to really, if he doesn't keep throwing hands and staying in shape, he's gonna blow out.
He's trimming down nicely though, but the head ain't gonna trim down. So it's gonna be a big fucking skull.
Yeah, that's why I tried to. We were walking once and I told him, I was like, you look good in that suit, but you know, you're losing a lot of weight. It's starting to accentuate how big your head is. And he's starting to get mad for a sec. I said, listen, you got a big head. There's nothing you could do about it. Because somebody, one of our fans wrote on the Patreon board, they wrote, what they said, Chrissy, that suit looks good. But he said, make no mistake, you're 40% body, 60% head. Now, I told the fans that we were going to have you back. The fans love you, bro.
Yo,
they
busy
love
sir.
you. Yeah.
Make no mistake, this little nose used to be naughty. It's a little nose, and it's a cute nose. My mother loves this stuff, but
you got a naughty nose.
Naughty bad naughty.
Yeah.
This little nose seen a lot of handicapped bathroom stalls. It's a naughty little nose. And it's a boxing nose. I never got hit in my nose. I'm evasive like a mongoose.
Yeah, you are. You got good defensive skill because you got short arms. You better have good defense.
You got to stay in the inside.
Yo, you've done a lot of blitz. You've also punched a few drug dealers in the stomach.
Hopefully they don't listen to podcasts.
You're our third mic now. He's kind of like Serge is like our honorary Bay Ridge boy because we can't have Hey Bert on the podcast anymore because Hey Bert feels like he's
Hey Bert.
That's a new one? You had
They had Hey Bert tattooed at Skankfest.
I saw it. We can't. I'm sorry, James Mattern. Look, I know we can't control the fan. It's a runaway train at this point. They had a fucking Hey Bert. They had his head in a Bert thing as a tattoo. Do you have a picture of it?
Man.
Yeah. Show Sergio a picture of it. Can we pull it?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So we got some comments. I told the fans that Sergio was going to be on today, and it said one of our fans, Kevin Bentz, wants to know, how does Sergio's Deece piece feel in his little hands? He wants to know how you jerk it off. When you jerk off with the hand with the little finger?
Hell no.
You use
that shit's awkward.
Yeah.
I don't got the same grip, so it's lefty now, baby.
But you're righty, though.
Yeah.
You're righty. So you used to jerk off with that hand.
Hell yeah.
And then you got the little finger and it felt a little awkward, like it was tickling
awkward.
it.
It just felt like you can't get that grip, right? So I go left.
You're a switch hitter.
Yeah, I go left.
You're somebody you're like a boxer who figured out if he went southpaw.
I had to go southpaw on it.
Yeah. So he jerks off southpaw. That's the
Because
answer.
if I did with my right, his finger's distracting. So I can't. It's just like
that finger looks like a baby cobra.
It was like a chorizo.
Yeah, that's Sergio's
like a Vienna sausage.
Somebody else said he wants to know Johnny Coppersnake wants to know which one of us say "Yeah, I mean" better. So he wants to hear "Yeah, I mean."
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, obviously Sergio's is better. Yeah, I mean. That's pretty good too. How about yours, Isis?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Oh yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, Isis. Here's the thing. Isis is a great rapper. He's his hip. What, you got a new album? Everybody's got to go check it out. Follow you on SoundCloud, right?
Spotify, SoundCloud, Z the Dropout, everywhere.
Z the Dropout. The music's fucking great.
Which, by the way, yeah, I just listened to a track. That shit was banging. I like the evolution of the beat. Like the lyrics were tight. The hook was dope. That was a dope track.
Yeah, he's got good lyrics.
And I'm a hip hop enthusiast.
Yeah, but you know what? He grew up at a time where, you know what I mean? He doesn't say "yeah, I mean" that much because he went to LaGuardia and he went to a school where he just danced and twirled around. So he's of that Kanye. You know, you don't have to have any street cred to be a rapper nowadays. All you got to do is just fucking, you know, have skills, which is better. Don't you think it's better?
A face tattoo doesn't hurt. You know?
Face tattoo, yeah, he's got tattoos and fingers. But we grew up in a New York that was a little more stressful. I don't miss it. I don't miss it.
For sure.
All right.
Nyatas, Latin Kings, Decepticons, those are all gang members that ran the streets.
Yeah, it was not a fun time.
Decepticons.
Yeah, they were called Deceps.
Deceps.
And they were known for slashing you in your face. That was what they did. And then the Bloods took over that, you know.
Yeah. And then there was the Lowlifes, and they used to wear polo. So they would go in like 50 into a store and just fucking steal all the polo. And they used to roll around. All they wore was polo. There was the Lowlifes, Decepticons, and there was Autobots. Was another. They were like in Crown Heights.
And then you had like block crews too. You know what I'm saying? with acronyms. Like it'd be like SOB, FOS, Flip Out Squad, Sons of Bitches. Like there was a bunch of those block crews. Then you had like
I still see a lot of that by like me, like GMB, like all that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's still heavy.
Yeah, well, it's not as bad as it was, and hopefully it never goes back to that. That was traumatizing.
Yes, I'm scared thinking about it.
Yeah, it really makes me uncomfortable. When we went to Syracuse, we were talking about in the car. It started to make, I started to feel that anxiety I had as a kid. Because you had to constantly be thinking, like, it's almost like being a gazelle or an impala on the Serengeti.
Yeah.
You're constantly worrying and looking over your shoulder because there's predators
And you
everywhere.
develop defense mechanisms. So I used to, every time I seen a crew of kids, I would cross the street and pretend I was looking up at a window, like, you know, like, and I would squint my eyes.
Yeah.
So, like, not to face the reality of a group, a mob of kids coming towards me. So I would squint my eyes and pretend I was tying my shoelace. and I was wearing sandals. For real, like I knew a bunch of different ways. Sometimes I would go up to the kid who was like staring me down and ask him a question, like, you know where 4th Street is at? And they'll be like, what? Like just throw them off and just like walk quickly the other way.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Be preemptive, distract them.
Right.
Yeah.
I had mad little tricks.
What was that one time you saw that guy and he said, yo, stop looking at me like shit is sweet.
Oh,
and then you stumbled?
Junior high school.
Yeah. What happened?
This kid named Kasim. He's from the hill. So I'm from what they consider the like the Ave, like the Alphabet City. Yeah. And these kids were from the hill. That's about like Wadia Projects on the Lower East Side.
Both was bad back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's Lower East Side, it's like a body of projects all by the water.
Yeah.
I was on 3rd Street. I was living on 3rd Street at the time. Went to school in junior high school, 56.
You essentially grew up in like the project, but now that shit is mad expensive.
Yeah. It's changed.
Yeah.
The projects are still the projects. I mean, I think they got a little better.
Yeah. But even still, it's still like you can be walking around there and they'd be like, hi, Sergio. Hi.
Right.
Yeah, I just saw your mother at the bodega. And yeah, we were getting some avocados because we're having a big Lebowski party upstairs. And I said to Mr. Ramirez, how come the eggs have an expiration date 2014? He said, because nobody buys eggs here. Anyway, sorry.
There's some real shit.
I want to do a little character piece, ladder 14.
So this kid named Kasim, I just made eye contact with him for like a second. And he was like, yo, why you keep on looking at me like shit is sweet? And yo, I just walked away. I remember I was dressed up like one of the members of Wu-Tang. I had armor fatigue gloves, army hat, and I just walked away. He was like, yeah, you ain't no soldier. You ain't know about this life. Shit ain't sweet around here. And I just like walked away. And everyone was looking at me. I was like, oh, fuck.
Did you stumble? You like tripped on your feet? Because that's like self-conscious walk when you walk away?
Yeah. Like everything with my mouth was wrong. I was like...
Yeah.
You know, like you can't control it. And like 3 o'clock hit, I was just scared to death that dude was going to be waiting for me.
I remember I got robbed once in New York City, and it was the most emasculating rob because it was one-on-one. It was me and him. That's how you that still bothers me to this day. He took my entire, I was a kid, so I didn't have a manhood yet. I was like 16 or 15, but it's still
you should have been mad enough. You'd be generous.
So first he was following me, right? I remember I was coming home after school and he was following me.
How much older was he?
I don't know. He's probably in his 20s. You know how these fucking dirtbags are. Dirtbags.
And the thing is, that jump, that's considerably older in terms of like how you build, how you see the world, like 16, even if he was just 20 years old, that 4-year difference is huge.
Oh, hell yeah. The 1-year difference is big back then when you're 16 to 15, 15 to 14.
Right.
So I knew he was following me and whatnot. And and so I dipped into a neighbor's house. Like I went into a neighbor's house.
That was your defense mechanism, just hide in the hole.
But I was trying to say like, oh, if he thinks I'm home, he'll just go. So I went there and I should have just stayed. But like I went and like, then I felt like, oh shit, if he comes in here, I'm cornered here. I don't know what I was thinking, but then I left and he was starting to go away. He was starting to leave and then he saw me come out.
Fuck, you were like a gopher in a hole that popped out too quick. He was like the rattlesnake that was like, oh.
Yes, exactly. And so then I started walking home and he just caught up to me and, he was like, he pulled that shit. Hey man, it's my birthday. You know, he robbed me.
So he was like a stick-up kid with some charm.
Yeah, he had a little charm. He did it real calmly. He was like, it's my birthday, you know, but he was basically just saying like he was going to take my leather jacket for his birthday. And he gave me his shitty ass old jacket that he was wearing. So he gave me his like fucking like sweatshirt, fucking Filene's Basement, like little jacket, like
and you
sweatshirt.
try to like it. Once the trade happened, you looked at it like, maybe this is a good trade.
Maybe this is a good trade.
Because you try to convince yourself that you're okay with it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this was an okay thing. It was a good trade. But yeah, he basically forced this trade where he took my leather jacket. I had a brown leather jacket, and he gave me his sweatshirt and his fucking Walkman, some old shitty Walkman. So I went in the house with a Walkman, and it was just emasculating. Yeah, and that was it. And I just got right. It was right in front of my house.
Not only with the memory, but physical, like material.
Yeah,
like this is what I got.
Exactly.
For that.
I used to look at the Walk. I kept the Walkman for a little while.
Yeah, because you were trying to convince yourself that you like that Walkman.
I tried to use it once or twice, and be like, you know what? This was a valuable, even trade. Like I would have done it anyway.
It didn't even fast forward and rewind. This fast forward, you had to flip the tape.
It shit didn't even work. It didn't even work. It was the most emasculating. And I got robbed plenty of times. You know what I mean? Usually it was like you get jumped by a lot of kids if you had a hat on or a jacket and you turned the corner.
That's what it was, man. Yeah. Your hats, sneakers, and jackets were always getting took.
They were always, you were getting
got for that shit.
Got for that shit. I have a joke about it on my new special, which is available for the non-toots only right now. It's not out anywhere else. Go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys and you can see Blowing the Light. My new specials up there. So check it out. I got a joke about that on there. So anyway, here's some new ones. I used to wake up some nights feeling a little gloom. You think it was aliens? So this kid must know we're talking about aliens today. Wow. He goes, I used to wake up, fresh young dude says, I used to wake up some nights with a little glue in my briefs. You think it was aliens, cuzzos? Because our fans are 10 out of 10. He goes, who hits harder? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one? Spider Gandhi wants to know who hits harder, Phillips Head Pappas or Chrissy Conundrums. Chrissy probably hits harder.
Well, when we were training, we were just more working out form. But I have to say,
I obviously don't hit hard because you weren't even using mitts. You were using your bare hands.
Because that's the thing, man. This guy's think it's about hitting hard. If you got speed, you could beat anybody. I don't know who hits harder between both of you because I
definitely got speed.
Pad.
I'm quick. I'm quick.
Well, you were getting it really fast.
Yeah.
Because I think,
because I'm a natural.
You're an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So
I said, I told Chrissy, you told me I was natural. He said, he told me that too. He's fucking lying to you. He said, if you get in there, you're going to get stretched out.
Yo, you step with the punches. You know what I'm saying? You were pivoting.
Yeah.
We had to get the right left thing because you thought you were southpaw.
Yeah, I am naturally southpaw, I think, probably. But you know what?
But I was very impressed by it. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were, like you kept your hands up.
You're so good at it. You train Venetia too.
Yeah. The thing is, like, some people just don't get, like, keep your hands up. They'll go like this. Right. I'm like, no, not like you're being chased by the cops, motherfucker. Like right here, like you're fighting.
But that's because you train like a lot of white girls who are like they must love you too because you're funny and shit.
Yeah. But some of them are nasty.
Videos though, people still do that same pose. It's weird.
Yeah, it's just like
I don't get it.
And I'm like, bend your knees, and they're like, I'm like, they can't, Yeah. So, but it's not often, but sometimes you get that. You and Chris were not that. You guys play ball. You got a good understanding of your body, awareness. You got to connect downstairs. We're upstairs, and
it's so hard though.
It's like a dance. You got to move the upstairs and downstairs.
It's so different when you see somebody like because I always love boxing. It's and by the way, if you live in New York City, you probably don't even have time to train more people. You're so popular. You don't got we're gonna open a gym. I want to invest money in a gym. That would be dope. I told Chris too, like, if we become rich and famous, we should open a fucking gym. As Sergio's the head trainer, make some money. I'm fucking screwed and I'm thinking about all types of business right now. This podcast is fucking moving right now. What are we up to? 700 again?
Yep,
we're
700.
back up to 700.
Dope.
So that little Patreon Holocaust we had, where we lost, we dropped about 60, where Chrissy had a little situation with the mother.
It took a little dip.
We took a big dip. And now we're back, 700. We got a full team. We're fucking screwed in.
Do you want to explain real quick what we're doing with the $25 now?
You do it.
Oh, I don't explain. I don't know. I know we're doing one phone call now from now on. We can't do a phone call a month because it's too many of you. And we don't want to make you mad.
We got
want to
good
give
problems.
you what you deserve.
Yes.
We just can't. We don't want to give you a 10-second phone call where it's going to, hey, what's up, and hang up. So we want to give you more content along with one phone call, and we'll call some people.
You get one phone call and you get an autographed nude from Mike Emoji Fist.
Yeah.
That's the new $25 level. And fucking nude. You get a nude and we put an emoji over his face and he signs it. And that's what it
Eggplant
is.
over my dog.
That's what it is. So we get one call. You get one. We could call you back anytime because people love the phone calls. So we could call you if we're in the mood. We're just going to randomly call people, but you get one phone call. But here's what you do get with the $25. You get to fucking go to Sergio's house and pet his snakes. No.
You get to feed them one rat.
Yeah, you get to feed him a dead rat. I can't believe there's frozen dead rat in that little mini fridge, Serge.
I stacked it up tightly, too.
I saw Zach get the water, and I saw the rats on top.
You know how there's a rule in the studio right now that you can't eat in the studio?
Can't eat?
Now because of Sergio, there's going to be a new rule. You can't bring any dead mice and put them in the freezer.
Rats.
They're real rats. He got New York City rats in there.
No dead animals in the studio.
No dead animals in the fucking freezer or the studio.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I was like, it might be an issue if someone goes in there and they see.
Yeah, they see some dead rats.
Yo, I have a good wife. She allows that shit.
You got a great wife.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right?
you got your life together. You're kind of like my life idol. I told you that before. Sergio used to have a real problem with the blizzy, and when it comes to comedy, he's one of the funniest guys around, but he's an underachiever. He does it once a month.
I'm not fidgety.
You're mad fidgety?
Yo, I need like 5 hours of preparation.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Even with this podcast alone, he's so laxed out. He said, Saturday, you want to come through? I was like, yeah. I'll confirm. He said, I'll confirm with you tomorrow. He never confirmed, so I sent him a text. 6 hours later, that's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Yep. Somebody was like a response like that. Yo, we'll confirm. I'm good for tomorrow. He's like, yeah. And then like every text today, I was like, all right, 2 p.m. What are we talking about? It was like 20-minute intervals. Like it's like that's like a whole episode of a fucking show, a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's like he's watching a sitcom, then answering my text. Like dirtbag. And it's like
it's real DBS.
I just need preparation, Pop. And that's the way you were with the trip to Miami. Everything was like 4 days later.
Takes them a whole king of Queens to get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm fly by the seat of my pants, but we have fun though.
Yeah, we have mad fun.
So we had to finish what they get for $25. We never actually said it.
All over the place.
Yeah, we all over the place. And then I want to read Serge's text because, Serge is mad hesitant. Serge is like a new boxer who doesn't want to get hit in the face. He's mad hesitant, and he treats everything. He treated this episode like it's a test. He's like, he tried to get out of it. He tried to get out of it.
He had a note from his mom.
He was like, yo, Pop. He goes, yo, yeah, trying to get a note from his mom. He's like, yo, Pop, I don't know anything about aliens. Maybe you want to do this one by yourself.
Narrow, seriously.
I'm going to read it back. But this is what you get for $25. Listen, we're fucking screwed in, fucking kids. We're fucking screwed in. Listen, this is what we did. We have the $25 member. You get one phone call, like I said, and then you get exclusive $25 content. We're making content exclusively for our $25 members. If you don't know, ask a $25 member. You're going to get the uncackled version of shit. You know, Chrissy goes wild. We cackle a lot. The $25 members are going to get the uncackled versions of what he said and also content specifically made for the $25 members. So it's fucking wild. $10 members, always you get the videos of the podcast. That's the staple of the $10 member. You get videos, you get the walk and talks. Those are only available for the $10 members. The last walk and talk set the fucking Patreon community board on fire. We went wild. So, and you also get Ladder 14. Mm-hmm. You get Ladder 14 with Sean Terry and Patty Mulroney with his wife Colleen Jr. So they're two firefighters. They have a podcast. They do solo podcasts and they still haven't done their combo podcast, but that's gonna happen soon. As soon as Sean Terry and Patty Mulroney get together. So that's for the $10, right? Yep. Ladder 14, a couple firefighters, Trump 2020. Ladder 14. So that's what you get for the 10. Am I missing anything on the 10?
Oh, no, that's it. And then the 5.
And the 10 gets the interview episodes before they're released.
Yeah, they get all.
And the videos of the regular podcast.
Yeah, and the videos. I already said that, but Zach just started paying attention. So you get the videos, but that's another one. You get the fucking interviews before we release them, and we release them much later. You know, they get on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, YouTube's a month later or more.
Yeah. So we got to say, and you also get fucking ISIS's new fucking beats or whatever bars he's dropping. We'll throw that on the Patreon because we're fucking screwed. And you got my specials up there. I illegally put my half hour. I shouldn't say that because Comedy Central listens to this podcast. I just heard today that a lot of executives listening. Well, listen.
Cackle that out, Zach.
Yeah, cackle that part out. We're going to have to cackle that out. But just fucking leave it in. Listen, my half-hour Comedy Central special is up there illegally for the Patreon members. So go watch it before they take it down. So that's up there from 2014. And my new hour special's up for all the Patreon members right now before it's released to anyone. Patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys. That's the $5. And the $5 members that's our basic member. They just get the bonus podcast. And we do one bonus podcast that the $5 members get. And also, of course, the $10 and $25 and $250 and $500 get all that stuff as well. $250, that's for artists. That's our new one. We're supporting artists. If you're a musician, we're about to make Zach Isis join it to $250. Me and Chris are not going to post his songs on our fucking stories anymore unless Zach Isis fucking goes to the Caliphate and raises 250 drachmas or whatever your fucking Arab money is and puts it in our Patreon to play your fucking songs. So if you're a musician, we want to support artists. If you're a comic, Vadura Rajpaska, he's a comedian in Berlin. He's got the Anything Goes podcast, live from the sandbox.com. Boom. You like how seamless that was? Done with that one. He got in at the $100 member. He got in at the $100 level. From now on, guys like him are going $250. We're going $250, ladder 14. So, $250 if you're an artist. That's our $250 level. And then our $500 level is for small businesses. So now if you're a small business sponsor, call us up. Not call us up. Join at our $500 level because make no mistake, this podcast is getting huge. And so it's good for you. You will get a lot of eyeballs or ears on your company like 9th Street Auto Collision. They are located at 133 West Hills Road out there in Huntington Station, New York. You ever notice when Chrissy's here and we do the reads, he gets really fucking impatient as if like these people aren't giving us money. Chrissy, if you're fucking listening to this podcast on your flight home from London, we have to do these reads. These people are fucking paying us. So 9th Street Auto Collision. You can call them at 631-351-5300. They're out there on the island, Huntington. They will crack open your car and clean it out. They do oil changes. They take all types of insurance. Give them a fucking call. Our next sponsor, CBD Script. That's cbdscript.com, correct?
Yes.
And the promo code is Hyenas15 to get 15% off your total order. They do CBD oil and it's got no fumes. They got gummies, edibles, all that shit. Their stuff's got no fumes. So promo code Hyenas15, cbdscript.com. Also, Nutrition Made Fun. This kid is wild. He just lost his job. So he let us all know on the Patreon. So he's probably not going to be a small business sponsor for that much longer. But you know what? If you leave Matt Koch, you're not getting back in because the $100 level is closed. So you better just ask your mother for that $100 until you get a new job. Nutrition Made Fun. Follow him on Instagram. I don't know what his website is. Does he have a website? I don't know. Nutrition Made Fun. This kid is a nutritionist. I follow him on Instagram. I'm already starting to take his tips. He already bought our other sponsor's product, Lakeside Maple, and he's throwing it in his yogurt and all that. So follow him. Nutrition Made Fun, Matt Koch, on the gram, and he enroll in his program. It opens July 15th. He has a link right there in his bio. So sign up. And seriously, man, it sounds like he really has some tips and can help you get healthy. And since this podcast is popular in America, we know there's a lot of people who are a little overweight that could use it. So check him out. And of course, Lakeside Maple, who made that funny video we posted on the gram. He was trying to show us that he was in his mother's basement. But you know what? He had a legit fucking factory over there. So stop playing, Lakeside Maple. We're about to fucking cancel you and make you do 500. So Lakeside Maple, it's trail mix. It's delicious, man. They got 3 flavors: original, ginger, chai, and spicy. And it's just an awesome idea. He's doing well. He's in supermarkets. Lakeside Maple. Go to their website, lakesidemaple.com. Order it. Can you fans go support our sponsors, please? So they keep advertising with us too. And plus, we want to support them. This kid's got a great fucking idea. Go buy his shit. LakesideMaple.com. Wild at the checkout is the promo code for 15% of your offer. Go get yourself that trail mix. Throw it in your yogurt. Throw it in your fucking oatmeal, whatever you want. And who else did I miss? Oh, a happy, healthy smile and cosmetic dentistry. That is a healthyhappysmile.com. Follow them on Instagram. A Healthy Smile Rock Hill. They're down there in Rock Hill, South Carolina. You know who it is. Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr. He will fucking crack open your teeth and clean them out. So thank you guys for being our sponsors, and you're fucking lucky that you're our sponsors, because you know what? You're getting a deal, and we will honor that deal for as long as you want. But make no mistake, any new sponsors, $500, because we're screwed in kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are talking about Ladder 14. No, we're talking about Area 51. So we're talking about Bob Lazar. Wow, this documentary. He was on Rogan. And I want to start talking about aliens by calling my good friend Paul Verzi, the hilarious comedian Paul Verzi. So can we call him? Because his father said he saw a UFO, and the story's hilarious. You got his number all right there?
No, I have it on my phone, though.
Okay, so let's call Paul Verzi. This comedian Paul Verzi. He's got a special out on Comedy Central.
And now I'm interested in seeing what his father looks like, because everybody who believes or sees UFOs, they look like Randy Johnson. Right? Right? And the woman looked like a seamstress that worked at a prison.
Yo!
We're going to call him on here.
Yeah, just call him. He knows.
Okay.
Ladder 14. So, Serge is bringing heat today. You feel good? You relax now. It's not. I told you it wasn't going to be that hard. We weren't going to. Oh, I wanted to. I'll get back to what Serge's messages later. What Serge was telling me. It was funny. So
This guy's knocked down my confidence.
Yeah. So we're calling Paul Verzi. Check out his special on the Comedy Central app. It's an hour special that just came out. And he's got his podcast, The Verzi Effect. Come on, pick up. I mean, seriously?
Let me text him and call him.
Yeah. I'm texting him right now. So his podcast is called The Verzi Effect. And he's got a 1 hour special on Comedy Central that came out, I think it come out like 8 months ago. So let's try him again. Any of you guys see the documentary?
Putting in the one. You see how there's.
Yeah, I'm not putting that one in there.
Yeah, I mean, we got Franks and Beans over here trying to make a phone call. So we're figuring it out. What happened with Smart Cups?
I've got that thing.
No. Did they send money?
I don't know if that has it.
Let's call Paul Verzi. Paulie Verzi. You guys believe in aliens? Yeah.
Hello?
What's up, Paul Verzi? Welcome to the History Hyenas podcast. This is your good friend, Yanni.
Yanni Poppy, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Sergio Chicon's with us, too.
Paul, what up?
What's up, buddy?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing?
Good.
Yo, so we just started off talking about what we're talking about today. Have you seen the documentary on Netflix about Bob Lazar?
I did not see it in its entirety, but I know what it's about. I know about it.
Yeah. Do you believe in aliens?
100%.
100?
It's not even a question to me.
Why?
Just because, I'm into it and I've read and watched a bunch of stuff on it. And also, you know the story about my dad in Yonkers in 1973. And from my dad, who was just, somebody that if you ever met him in a million years would never, ever. As a matter of fact, he looked at people like that like they were crazy.
Yeah. No,
he used to think, yeah.
Yeah. Your dad, he's an Italian. He's a Sicilian Italian kid from the Bronx.
He's so overly, anything you think of overly Sicilian, hairy chest out chains, jewelry, gaudy jewelry, little racist, the whole deal. And he goes, he's a type where he used to not only think that they were trying to get attention, people who saw UFOs or flying saucers, but he also thought that they were crazy and super crazy trying to get attention. So he would never in a million years believe it until what he witnessed with his own eyes in '73.
Yeah. What do you think your dad had a harder time believing, in UFOs or that America elected Obama to be president?
It's really close. It's really close. But I would say what baffled him more was Obama in office.
Not forte. Yeah, your pop, he can't believe it, right? Your pop cannot believe it. He can't handle it.
He's like a dog who sees a squirrel from the window. He just can't handle it.
He can't handle it. He can't believe that this country elected Obama.
My dad is like, you're lucky your grandfather's dead to not see that. That would have killed him. Actually said that.
Yeah. So your dad, he's an Italian kid from the Bronx. Tough Italian.
Nice guy, though. He is a great guy. I don't want to paint him like, it's an old school Italian where he grew up.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Yeah, no, he grew up in the Bronx. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we say it on the podcast. It's just what it is. I mean, it's not a perfect world. That's who he is. He's an Italian kid from the Bronx. Italian kids, they're number one in racism. We talk about it all the time. Food and racism. Italians number one.
Yeah, he just can't. Yeah, it's like he didn't. When you grow up in a certain place and you're not traveled well, and you hear things and you grew up. My father also was almost kidnapped at a very young age from an African-American man, and that did something. So that's hard to break, I think, too. So
yeah, he grew up in a Bronx Tale, basically, like the movie, right?
Yeah, Bronx Tale is pretty much like how he grew up.
Yeah. Now he made it. Your pops, and then he moved to Westchester and had you. So he made it. He got big there. He made some money and then went out. That's what kids from the Bronx. They need to go to Westchester. That's like making it all the way. That's like really classy if you're from the Bronx. If you're Italian or you're Puerto Rican.
No, my father looks at people who go to Westchester as if they made it. They made it.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah. It really is like top level for a lot of people who grew up in the city.
Yeah, for sure.
So what happened? Because this is crazy. Because you said the UFO he saw came down close.
Yeah, and I actually looked into it more, and there were reports in newspapers all around Yonkers about what happened. So my grandmother, for 50-something years, lived right off of Yonkers Avenue near Yonkers Raceway, really close to the Bronx, but she lived there, and she had a little patio right outside her front door where there was a little grass lot where when you're younger, it looks bigger, of course, but there was this little grass lot, and they were outside. My mother was pregnant with my brother, 1973, and they're all outside, and my dad is sitting in the little patio right by the front door watching this small TV my grandmother had, and they hear hollering. He hears hollering, "Tommy, get outside. You got to see this. Get outside." And he looks, and they're all looking up at the sky. And he was annoyed, what are you talking about? What's going on? He was annoyed, and he went outside, and he told me, he goes, what I saw, I wish I didn't, because it made it real. But he said, hovering silently too. He said zero sound, and he's very descriptive when he tells what he saw. But it's hilarious because he's descriptive, but like an Italian. So he'll be like, "You won't fucking believe this fucking thing, no sound, no." And the way he was saying it was so real that I believed it, of course. But he said it had a bluish. He said it was hovering over the lot, and it had a bluish tint to it, like it was silver, but it almost looked blue around it, right? Mm-hmm. And he said he noticed that there were little portholes, little tiny little circles. He couldn't see through, but he noticed that there were definitely some sort of circular windows around the thing. And then he said it was so close. He's thinking if I had a gun or a rock, I could actually hit this. And then he panicked and felt like,
that makes me think right there. Do you think maybe he just saw an interracial couple and he thought it was a UFO because he couldn't believe it?
Yeah, he saw an interracial couple. Yeah, and he's like, "Let me get it back."
Yeah, his brain just went, "That's a UFO. I can't understand it. I can't understand what's going on."
He could not. He said he couldn't believe it, but then he told me this story that he thought they were reading his mind. So basically, he went from looking at it to a full-fledged. He actually had a panic attack where he was like, he had these thoughts of, I could hit this, I can throw a rock, I could shoot a gun, something. And then he was like, man, what if they're reading my mind? So he kind of stepped in the door and started looking at it again. But then he came back out, and then he said, as they're looking at it, and this is the funniest thing he said, he goes, and then it disappeared into a dot in the sky like a star. It was the freakiest shit I ever seen. And he always told us that. He always said that he was looking at it, and he said in 1 second, and not even a second, it turned into a star. He said so.
It went back, it shot back.
What's that?
It just shot back. It like went far away. It just moved so fast in like an instant. That's what a lot of people report. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that whatever it is, he's absolutely convinced it's not. There's no technology on this planet that could do something like that. And then he said that it scared him, and he didn't want to talk about it for a really long time until people started to say kind of the similar things that he saw, like how in a blink of an eye it was just gone. And then I guess in the papers in 1973 around Yonkers, a lot of people obviously saw it.
Now, was there anyone else out there with him that saw it too?
Yeah. My mom. This is a hilarious story. So my dad wouldn't want to tell anybody about it, right? He didn't want to tell anybody about it. He's like, listen, I don't want to. You got to understand, it's 1973.
Yeah.
This is 1970. This is even before even in the 80s, people were looked at as crazy. 1973, it was like a no-no to talk about. It was like hush, you know what I mean? He didn't want to look. So my dad was kind of a bigwig at AIG in Manhattan before my parents got divorced. My dad was doing actually really, really well, educated and was doing really well. And they were at an AIG party in Long Island. Mm-hmm. Everybody's barbecuing, all the bigwigs from AIG. And a big fight my mom got into with my dad is in the middle of this party. She mortified him. She was having a good time, I guess, having some drinks. All these AIG bigwigs are there, barbecue going, and she just yells across the party, "Hey, Tommy, get over here and tell them about the time we saw the flying saucer," right? And my dad goes, "Yo, these people are going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to get fired. They're going to think they got a lunatic working in the, trying to get attention." He was really upset with my mom about her blowing up the spot like that. Yeah. That's how much he didn't want to talk about it.
Was she there? Was she there with him when he saw it?
My mother and my father, Hyenas, we're good friends. Their relationship. I mean, the first time they were under the same roof after the divorce was my wedding 20 plus years later. The first time they were ever in the same room other than court. And obviously not the greatest of relationships. And my mom says exactly what my dad said. My aunt was out there and my grandmother. Wow. And they all say they saw it. Wow. Every nobody's story has changed.
Wow. Yeah. Your Paul's mom is Greek. He's half Greek, and his father's Italian. And we've talked about it on the podcast again because we have Venetia as our new intern. She's Greek, and we talk about it all the time. How Greeks, if a Greek woman is dating somebody who's not Greek, the father can't handle it. The father wants them dead. Your mother's parents wanted your father dead. They wanted him dead. They look at Italians like animals. Greeks look at Italians as like criminal animals that they want far away from their daughters. And that is no exaggeration. There is no exaggeration to that. Please, am I telling the truth?
No, it's still 100% true that my mother tells a story where the first time my Italian grandparents, rest their soul, the Verzis, my father's parents, the first time they showed up to my Greek grandmother's house to meet for dinner, my Greek grandmother met them, said hello, and then just migrated into a room by herself and just full-fledged started crying, broke down crying.
It was tragic. She couldn't believe it.
It was almost like losing a family. She couldn't believe it, so my mom had to go and console her. She just broke down because she's got these Italians. She knew she was in too deep, and the Italians were coming into the family. She couldn't handle it.
That is wild, man. Yo, your dad saw a UFO. Crazy.
Well, make no mistake, though, Giannis, and you know this too. Make no mistake.
Oh, we don't make mistakes.
As we're going to talk about, as much as you talk about Italians being racist, Greeks are up there.
No.
Some of the top racists out there.
Well, when we talk about Italians being racist, Italians are the number one in racism because they're also funny with it. They make it funny. Italian racism is so creative and hilarious, that they're number one in it. Greeks are actually like number one in racism, but they hate everybody. So it's like they hate everybody and they're not as funny, I think, as Italians. I think Italians and blacks are probably the two funniest cultures. You know what I mean? When it comes to ribbing and stuff and like making jokes. But with racist jokes, Italians are number one. You got to give it to Italians, number one racist joke. Greeks are just racist. Greeks are racist, and Greeks hate everybody. Greeks are so hilariously racist. They're racist against fucking Italians. Greeks hate Italians. They hate fucking Swedish people. They hate German people. Greeks only love Greeks, and that's just what it is. Greeks are the only group of people that want nothing to do with anyone else except Greeks. Forget about it.
They just want Greeks.
Yeah,
they just want Greeks.
Eastern Hemis and Turks, they don't even look at them as people. Like, if you're Turkish, you're not a person to a Greek person. You're just not a fucking person. They don't want anything to do with you. ISIS Greeks fucking hate you and what your people did. All right. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to get that story on, man, because that story is can you imagine, like, how funny would that be if your father just took out a gun and started shooting at the flying saucer? He started shooting. Yeah, he started shooting. He's like, "Fuck, get the fuck out of here, you fucking with these aliens." What if he was like, "Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. These fucking aliens are moving in, trying to take over the fucking neighborhood. Get the fuck out of here.
Take that shit to Jersey.
Take that shit back to fucking Jersey where you came from. These fucking alien moulignons."
Line of 14?
Yeah, come on, Zach. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, Italians. If aliens come, I want them to come to an Italian neighborhood because nobody's better at getting people out of their neighborhood than Italians. Italians are
How funny would it be? How funny would it be if an Italian mob boss met with the top alien guy in the neighborhood, and they sat down at a bar, and he was like, "Listen, we can't have this in the neighborhood here. You know, take this somewhere else, but it's not going to happen here.
It's not going to happen in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is from East 24 to East 25. You can't come into my neighborhood, okay, Ben?
Look, I don't know what planet you're from. Okay, but you better take this shit back there because it's not going to happen here.
Not in my fucking neighborhood. Yeah,
not on Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. Okay, God forbid.
Is there any people who want people out of their neighborhoods more than Italians? I feel like that's one of the first thing Italian kids hear their parents say is, "Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. What are you doing in my neighborhood? Get out of my neighborhood."
Oh my God! So, you know what? My Greek grandmother. See the Greek, but here's the thing with the Greek racism. The Greek racism is private. It's underneath. You know, it's like looking out the blinds, and when nobody's around, they badmouth. Where the Italians just have to go at the moment. Whatever it is, they just have to say it. They don't care who's around, who hears it. They just go with it.
Yeah.
And that's how my dad was.
Yeah. Do you think if the aliens kept coming into the Bronx on Arthur Avenue, you think Italians would get in Cadillacs and try to chase the flying saucer with bats?
My dad looked at the Obama presidency as if an alien was in. He would actually say, "What's next? They're going to put an alien in office." If he puts it on that same level.
Yeah. Now your father, whenever he started about to say something bad, he always goes, "I'm a little confused." Right? He starts with like, "I'm a little confused."
Yeah. Well, he's upset with us.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually a piece I'm doing in the new hour where it's
all right. So we won't put it on the cast if you don't want.
What's that?
If you don't want to, if it's a bit, you don't want to.
No. Yeah. That's fine. No. It's just part of it. It's just part of the joke. But so the Italian and Sicilian pride is so great that their family's number one, and there could be no embarrassment with the family. Can be no embarrassment because it's all together and it's a reflection of them. And that's kind of what the mob goes by, where it's like if one of the members does something that's a bad reflection of the boss, the guy's got to go. Well, in a very small way, that's what it is in family. So when my dad's upset with me or my brother, his two sons, he can't say I'm upset or mad, because it's an embarrassment. So what he says is he's a little confused. Whenever he says he's confused, we know something, you know. So I'll tell you the story with my daughter. So my daughter's name is Sophia Erin Versi, right? So my dad, because my wife is Scandinavian, German, Irish, everything. So my dad called me up and he goes, "Yeah, Paul, you know, congratulations on the baby girl. Beautiful, beautiful." He goes, "Name's Sophia." He goes, strong Italian name. I like it. He goes, "Then I noticed," he goes, her middle name was Erin." He goes, I'm a little confused." And I go, "Well, you know, my wife goes, I know, but listen, it's Italian up top, it's Italian in the bottom. We don't need to confuse with the Irish in the middle. Nobody wants to be confused." And that's his way of going, why did you mess up the name? So that's very much how my father has been my whole life in a nutshell, with like that.
So when you hear I'm a little confused, you know something real like negatives about. He's about to say something real negative, and he always starts it positive, right? Like, look, nice decor, everything, but I'm a little confused.
Yeah. It always starts off. It always starts off nice. It'll always start off like, oh, great, how you doing? Good. I'm proud of my boy. You're doing really good. But listen, I saw, and then the voice gets lower. The voice goes down, and then it's coming. But it always starts off nice, and then if he feels like he's insulting you with the criticism, he always goes, all right, don't get excited, don't get mad at me, don't get excited.
That's a big Italian one. Don't get excited. Yeah.
Don't get excited. A big Italian.
That's a big Italian. Don't get excited. All right, listen. Thanks, Paul. Man, I wanted to get that story on the potty. We're talking about Bob Lazar. I watched a documentary last night, Area 54. That's like a big. Are there aliens? Are they not? That's a great story. Check out Paul Verzi, his podcast, The Verzi Effect. One of my best friends, and follow him on Instagram, Paul Verzi. Also check. At Paul Verzi, and check out his special. They can find it on the Comedy Central app, right?
You can find the special is streaming on the Comedy Central app. It's called I'll Say This. It broke all of their online views when we debuted. It's doing really well. And this weekend I will be at Laugh Boston.
Nice.
In Boston, Massachusetts from the 27th to the 29th this Thursday through Saturday. Thanks for having me, Yanni.
Of course. I'll speak to you soon. Take care, Paul.
Later.
Go see fucking Paul at fucking Laugh Boston if you're a non-toot and you're listening to this. ICE has been getting the fucking apps up early.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Laptop's paying off.
So this is what it is. This guy, Bob Lazar, he's like go ahead, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'll bring it up at the end. There's one thing we got to bring up that we never got back to.
Go ahead. Now I'm curious.
The end. Why?
That'd be funny if he just came out of the closet. He was like, listen.
Let's take off a mask.
Yeah, your career would take off. Fucking Mexican gay guy.
I wish I was trans.
Wow.
We never said what the deal with Angelo was.
What do you mean?
We started a story about Angelo, about him being in poor health, and we never got to the end of it.
Oh yeah, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, we've been all over the place.
We had a good time in Miami. Oh yeah, but on the way back, we just this is what ended up happening. On the way back, we were flying standby, and
it was pouring rain.
2
canceled flights.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and Angela warned us. He said, I spoke to this girl. She said, flying standby from Miami on the way back is not really a good idea. And boy, did we find out that was correct. We ended up having to get a hotel room at one of those hotels by who stares at? All you see at hotels by airports is like flight attendants and prostitutes. That's all I saw in the lobby of the fucking Hilton by the Miami-Dade Airport, or whatever it's called, Miami International Airport. I mean, you see so many prostitutes. I went down to fucking eat at the bar. I came back. All you see is prostitutes in flip-flops. And they always wear comfortable shoes because they walk around in the flip-flops and they get right to the door and they throw the heels on from the purse.
Hilarious.
But you could just tell they're prostitutes, and that's it. And it always smells a little bit like a strip club in the elevator in those because of all those lotions that they wear. You know what I mean? That stripper lotion that they have. So we stayed at one of those airports.
It smells like it's pink, right? The lotion smells like it's pink.
Yeah. And there's like glitter. There's always glitter on the buttons because they always got glitter on.
And they have attitude.
They do.
They're not nice.
Well, why would they be? They're going to fuck some old guy,
Prostitutes are not nice.
They're not nice. You'll be like, yo, you being a little rude. Chip her out. Don't ruin my mood just because you got to go fucking old guy for a couple $100.
$100.
It was all toot. So we stayed at it. We ended up having to we just gave up. We were at the airport, like 6 hours. So Angelo was he has some health issues, and it's my fault. We walked about 9 miles that day in an airport. Airports are small. I mean, are not small. So when you're flying standby, they're
like gate 5.
Yeah, and then they give you another gate, and it's like at the other end of the airport, and you have to run back and forth from all. So it was actually like the worst thing I could have done to Angelo is what I did.
We kind of let Angelo just rest though. Every now and then we would just leave him at a gate just to get our shit together, and then we would just see him resting on the floor like a sloth that fell from a tree. Right? like an inch of sloth. And we would throw him like sour patches like that. There you go. Get your energy up.
Yeah. It was like.
But he was in good spirits, man.
He was in good
spirits. Because he's not feeling well. And like, shit, that would have been me.
Yeah.
And I knew you fucked up like that.
You would have been pissed. Yeah. Yeah. Angelo's such a good guy. He's so positive.
We had some fucking.
You know what it feels
hard
like?
Laughs,
you want to get on that plane so bad when you're flying standby and you keep running from gate to gate. It gets even worse. And as the day's going on, you're like, am I going to get trapped in Miami? And so you want to get on so bad and you start to hear all the names and you see your name low on the list. It's almost, I guess I started to feel what it must have felt like to be like one of the people in the lower class cabins of the Titanic. As all those upper class people were getting on those little fucking boats and getting out, we're like, yo, am I going to die here in Miami? So that's what it felt like. Because people are
only
just
getting
leaving.
10 people on the flight. So you're like number 76. I'm about to hit some football numbers out this bitch. Fuck.
The false hope too. You start to get delusional with the hope because you see, we were seeing our name at like 70, but we were all going, let's just stick around. Let's see.
Maybe these people are not here.
Yeah, maybe they're not here. Like 70 people aren't here. You're not getting on this fucking flight. So at the end, we just gave up. Sergio got on because he's a level 1. His wife's a flight attendant, so he got on. Level 3s, me and Angela were assed out. Yeah. So we ended up fucking staying at the hotel close to the airport, and we left the next day. So I just as soon as I got off in JFK, I just texted Angela like, "You good, Pa?" And I just left because I wanted to get home.
And I was just so physically exhausted. I was sitting I had a middle seat. The dude next to me was like as big as Tony Robbins.
Yeah,
and then the lady next to me smelled like fucking onion rings. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't exactly onion rings. It was just like kind of like that scent. Yeah. And I was like, yee. And just chilling and it was tough.
Yeah, but we had a good time in Miami. Miami's a type of town that you really got to you really have to just, you got to just go home. You got to go home. Yeah. And that's what we did every night. And that's what you got to do when you go to Miami. You just go home because Miami is a city that fucking parties. And Serge used to love Blizzy. And you know what? There's plenty of in Miami.
Yeah, man.
Blizzy.
There's a lot of temptation out there, man.
Yeah.
I took a fucking Uber shared.
Yeah, but
because my career is going so well. And I met these two guys that knew Marisa.
They did, huh?
Yeah, they knew Marisa from back in the days. Yeah. They were like, yo! They're like, yo, she's still doing that! And they have matching
You got a show in the night? How about your friend? You showing the night?
You do comedy in the night? I have a friend who asked me if I was.
That's a real Puerto Rican thing, right?
Yeah. He asked me the other day. He was like, "Yo, papi, what are you doing?" And I was like, I got a show." He's like, "In the night?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, at night, motherfucker."
Sergio made me laugh so hard when he was talking about how you know those white dudes like Chris goes crazy for fucking Puerto Rican girls. Yeah. And Sergio was talking about how like white dudes in Miami, they go down there and they're like, I can't take all these hot Latinas. Fucking mucha caliente.
Fucking hot Latinas. Fucking
I can't fucking take it. Oh fucking God.
They get all clenchy with their teeth. Oh fucking God, look at the hot Latina. Fucking Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't fucking take it. Mucho caliente. Oh God. Jerry I went down to fucking Peru. Oh my God. So many fucking hot Latinos.
Oh, yeah. Every year I go to the DR, my buddies, and there's fucking Latinas out there. Fucking Latinas.
Mucho caliente.
Oh, with their fucking Oakley glasses, red faces, and Bud Light beers. I hate those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
with their khaki shorts and like a V-neck J. Crew shirt, and then they got those leather flip flops on. I just want to step on their fucking feet.
Yeah.
So, back to fucking aliens. Then we'll get out of here because Jesus Christ, we're already over fucking an hour and 11. I got to get back to the firehouse. So there's a documentary on Netflix. Joe Rogan just had the guy on, and he had the filmmaker on, Bob Lazar. So this is the guy that's responsible for everybody knowing about Area 54.
He's creating some noise.
Yeah, supposedly this guy's interesting, man, because he supposedly is some sort of scientist. It's not clear. He says he went to Cal Poly and another school, but like they have no record of him, or they're saying they have no record of him. So it's like one of those things. Do you believe this guy or not? And he says he worked with alien technology. He worked at S4, which is sort of like a subsidiary of Area 54. And Area 54, it's been revealed, is a classified Air Force base where they work on, through the years, they've been working on, the newest bombing planes, fucking all types of new bombers and stealth bombers.
Out in Nevada, right?
Yeah, out in Nevada. So they work on military technology out there.
Yeah.
They work on and some nuclear stuff. And so this guy's saying that he was brought in and hired to work at S4, which was like a subsidiary of Area 54. And him and his partner, I think his name was Bob, or he says was Bob, actually worked on an alien craft. They disassembled an alien craft to try to learn about what their technology is. And he says the government has had 9 alien flying saucers. And the way they moved, and that's why this shit is like, I don't really believe it. I don't really fucking believe it. Because who is this fucking guy? How come it's one guy? How come it's just one guy? But then there's this other video we're about to show you where this guy, like, he got it on video. Like he's a fighter pilot, and he sees the fucking flying saucer and it moves. But it's like, he says the way that the flying saucer moves is it like bends gravity or the space around it, the matter around it, and moves through it. So it's like as the saucer's moving, everything around bends through it so it can shoot through. It has no propulsion system, which is what makes it unique, because everything that shoots forward, something shoots out the back. You know what I mean? When your car, you're shooting something out, water, steam, whatever, however you're powering
some sort of
your movement. There's some
something.
sort of something shooting out the back. For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. He's like, with this technology, it was self-sustaining. It didn't have that. So it's like they were trying to understand it and they couldn't. And it has some reactor in the middle and some alien particle that he says he has a piece of. And in the documentary, he says the FBI raided his place while they were making the documentary. I don't know. You don't know if it's true or if they're doing it for the drama of the documentary, because you don't see the FBI raiding his fucking house. You just see the filmmaker, who, by the way, was annoying. He's just in jeans with like a hipster haircut and a beard and fucking wearing no socks and shoes. And he was on the speakerphone with a reporter from Las Vegas the whole time. And so you don't see any of this happening. You don't see him getting raided by the FBI and the CIA, whatever the fuck. They just tell you he is. But according to this guy, he worked there. According to this guy, he's a scientist, but there's no record of him at those schools. But maybe the government erased his existence. But how come somebody else wouldn't come forward? You know what I mean? Like, how can you have so many people work on something and like nothing gets out, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what he's claiming. So he came forward first anonymously in an interview years ago in the 80s. And then he started to come forward and show his face, according to him, because it was like his insurance policies to let himself be known. So like if anything happened to him, people would know that it was probably the government that did it, because he said he was getting a lot of threats. Somebody shot out his tires on his car. I mean, shit like that. I mean, he did put like some crazy engine in his car, and when he was living in Los Alamos, where he originally worked before he went to Nevada, and he wasn't like the front page of the paper there. And he doesn't know how to build engines and all that shit and do science stuff. And he owns a science supply company or something like that. But he's sort of like an interesting guy. I mean, nobody knows if what he's saying is true. And then the other side, you're going like, why would he make that up? You know, maybe to become famous. You always think about that. As a New Yorker, we always go like, what's his motivation? Right. That's what I always go. I was like, what's this guy's motivation? So I don't know. But here's another dude. Like, do aliens exist? Do they not exist? Here's another dude. Check this dude out. This was a Top Gun pilot who chased a UFO in an FA-18, which is a type of fucking jet fighter.
This is mine. This is what we typically flew at night. You can see these little brackets here. November 14th, 2004. It's a clear blue sky. There's no wind.
Pause it for a second. You ever notice these pilot guys are always people who like dreamt about being pilots from when they were little. Nobody goes like, I turned 21 and then I figured I want to fly. You always meet them. They're always like these nerds who are like, since when they're little, they're going like, with like forks. They're just dreaming about being up there because it's almost like innate as being a scientist. You have to be born with some sort of
right
to fucking fly. They're always these nerds who are real comfortable saying like I got 2 rudders on the 6, 5.9, and the jet fuel pack impact was a 5.96 on a level 15.
And they're always
white. They're always white.
And I love beach volleyball.
Yeah, it's true.
You see this tic tac, it's just this white object that's randomly moving around.
Now, he got footage.
It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit. I remember telling my back seater, I said, dude, I don't know about you, but I'm a little weirded out.
How come the guy in the back seat never came out?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
It's not a helicopter. It doesn't have rotor wash. There's no propulsion. There's no wings. It rapidly accelerates and disappears. Like, poof, gone. Weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I chased a UFO. But I like to just crawl back under a rock and be myself again. Yes.
Now he just got a dog.
Yeah. Now they're always like retired at home. I don't want to do this anymore, and I just want to hang with my dog.
As long as you just leave me alone. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, we've experienced some things ourselves. I've seen 3 UFOs in my life.
I've seen many. I've seen orbs.
Yeah, that proves Sergio's point.
Yeah, they all look like a seamstress that work at prisons that will help you escape. That's what she looks like.
They all look like the picture Randy Johnson.
Yeah, the woman like a seamstress of the prison, or the dudes look like a Randy Johnson fucking relief picture.
Yeah, do you believe these guys? Do you believe?
Nah,
I don't believe anyone with Lord of the Rings hair.
Yeah. I mean, so they're just looking for like a little excitement in their life, right? They like probably their imagination made them see something, people like that. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think they want to believe. I think that's the main thing with them. A lot of these people.
Yeah, so they in Roswell they do these they do these like extraterrestrial UFO conferences, and this guy's speaking to those people. So it's like, is he at the conference now? This guy? Let's see what he says.
Tracking these things, up to 10 of them, for the last 2 weeks, and this is the first time we had manned airplanes airborne when it showed up. They'd been coming down from above 80,000, come down, hang out at 20,000 for about 3 hours, and they go straight back up. They've tracked them at just sitting there. They've tracked them at high rates of speed. They've been tracked lots.
Why should take
I don't think we developed
There's a woman in the audience taking notes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, she's mad there's no trans.
Now pause it for a sec. That guy on the left is the director of the documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was just like, he had no socks and shoes on the whole fucking documentary. I wanted
his fucking hip.
Yeah, I want to step on his feet.
This is all white people.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, how come it's always white people interested in UFOs? Serge, Puerto Ricans are not interested in UFOs, are they?
No, but we believe in chupacabras.
Yo, what is chupacabra?
It's like a fucking, it looks like I've only seen a drawing of it. I don't know if it doesn't really exist.
It's like
like a little vampire
monster thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
Do Mexicans believe in that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a Latin American.
Chupacabras in Mexico too, right?
I mean,
he said me Mexico.
if they're anywhere, yeah.
Yo, you tried to act like you speak Spanish! Yo, you speak like that in Mexico?
You see them over there across the road.
Yo hablo español. My name's Sergio Chico. Yo, you speak no Spanish.
Man, why?
Yeah. All right, let's see what he says.
Maybe there's some other stuff out there.
I mean,
he really had nothing to say.
This is what I'm thinking about. You know how everyone always talks about it really freaks you out. It's really scary. And then you see these women walking around with alien fucking ears on their head.
Yeah.
They got those little Marsha Brady things with the fucking extensions on top of them. And they dress up, they put on alien heads. Zach, you think there's UFOs? You believe in aliens?
Yeah, I think there's some out there. I think definitely people are trying to get some clout off of it. But I think they're somewhere out there.
There's got to be life. If you
There's definitely some sort of other life form. We're arrogant to not think that beyond this planet, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
You know?
When you consider how they've discovered how vast the universe is, I mean, just mathematically, it's gotta be possible. But do you think they've come? This is my question. Like, if you got the technology to come, first of all, how did they have 9 craft? Where they crash? I mean, how did they get those?
Yeah.
How did they get the flying saucers?
They're out of gas.
Like, yeah, what did the aliens stop at a fucking rest stop and they got pulled over by police?
Yeah,
and then
those Italians got up to them.
Yeah, the Italians fucking get them out of my neighborhood. But like, how do they have the flying saucers? How did they get the flying saucers?
Yeah. Did
the aliens get out of them and then they killed the aliens? Like, if you have the technology to get here and move that fast, what kind of human flying craft or artillery is going to take you down? You tell me they have the technology to travel hundreds of thousands of light years or whatever it is at the speed of faster than light, sound, whatever the fuck that is. Because even if something is like 400 light years away, you have to travel at the speed of light for 400 years. So what being lives 400 years?
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like, I don't think we're going to explore space because we only live unless we figure out a way. You're going to have multiple generations on a spacecraft to get anywhere. 400 years to get 400 light years. That's not even that far in the universe. 400 light years. A lot of shit's like hundreds of thousands of light years away. So how the fuck are you going to travel? Even if you can travel the speed of light or whatever, you know, it takes you 400,000 years. I mean, you'd have to that's longer than humans have been on the fucking planet, 400,000 years. So it's like, so if the aliens have gotten here, they had to have figured out a way to hack that. They had
wormholes or something.
Yeah, they've had to figure out a way to go around to hack that. And that's what this guy Bob Lazar kind of claims, is that somehow the space and time bends around the ship and pushes it forward, or like it moves moves shit out of the way to move it. But like, how did they get the flying saucers? What are the aliens doing coming? And if they have the technology to come here and just get seen by a couple people that look like Randy Johnson or get taken down.
Why is it such a fucking secret?
Why don't they just take over the planet? Why don't they just fucking take over the planet? What are they coming here for? Just to check it out and then leave? I mean, what the fuck are they doing?
We also see so much fucked up shit in this world. We see child soldiers, a bunch of crazy shit. But, you know, like, why the fuck is that a secret? Like, you know,
yeah, exactly. Why would the government keep? What's that going to do? I don't understand.
Does it driving by and going, shit, Decepticons? They took off.
That's actually a great point. I never.
Why
really
is
ever
this
thought about. Yeah,
we see so many other fucked up shit. We see rape, murder at levels that are deplorable.
Yeah,
you know, like really sick shit. Child soldiers is one thing that always sticks to me. Like these kids in the Congo, they fed like gunpowder. They watch Rambo movies. That's what they study.
Yeah.
And then the Congo blowing fucking, you know, people's heads off. And that shit is wild. But that's a secret. A fucking spacecraft. You know, like,
yeah. Why would they think that people
that goes up this world? Yeah, that's a lot more.
Yeah, that's a good. I never even thought of that.
It's a secret.
Like, why would they keep it a secret? Do they think people can't handle it? Like, he's making a great point, but people can handle child soldiers, rape, murder, serial killers, and they tell us about that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't really tell us about that shit either. Honestly, I mean, it happens every day. We don't really hear about it in the news. You got to seek that out.
No, the news has no problem telling us about serial killers. They glorify.
I mean, like child soldiers and shit. But you're right.
We hear about that shit. No,
yeah.
I mean, you know, they don't hide. I mean, like, they don't actively try to suppress it.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe it's like, you ever seen one of those movies where it's like someone's in charge, but then you find out that they're just kind of the puppet, and then there's someone secretly in charge. Maybe they're just secretly in charge.
What do you mean?
Like, maybe, I don't know, this is some weird shit, but they just tell the governments what to do, and I don't know, maybe that's why they're
the aliens?
Yeah, kind of like they're secretly running shit in the, you know, puppets stuff.
I feel like that's the weed cipher explanation.
What
like,
it is,
yo,
man.
check it. Yo,
we're all just thoughts of the dream.
Somebody, you know, somebody's in charge, but he's not really in charge. He got a secretive guy in charge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So Area 54, I always call it Area 54 because I confuse it with Studio 54.
It's Area 51,
It's
right?
Area 51.
So I'm trying to do research on Area 54 and nothing comes out, but a fucking club need a tunnel
with a lot of Blizzy.
With Mad Molly and Blizzy and glow sticks all over the floor.
Yeah. Area 54 is a base with all the cocaine.
So Area 51, it has some lake that's like dried out there called like Groom Lake that you can see from. Can you just see it now on Google Maps? Yo, can you try right now in the podcast? Then we'll get out of here. Can you try to just see it on Google Maps? That'd be funny.
Maps.
Can we go to Google Maps and see if we can pull up Area 54 and look at that shit? Or how does that work? Area 51. I keep saying 54.
Yeah, comes up right here.
Studio 54.
So the facility, it's also been referred to as Paradise Ranch, Dreamland. Those were the nicknames for it because it's out in the middle of the desert and people have to live and work there or whatever. But it is a real facility. It is the airspace around it is restricted airspace. It's called Restricted Area 4808 or whatever. And it didn't come out that it was actually till like the 2000s, right? Or I don't remember, but they've worked on all types of shit there. And actually the primary purpose for it is still kind of is unknown. Publicly unknown. However, based on historical evidence, most likely most likely experimental aircraft, weapon systems, black op projects, stuff like that. And then, of course, when anything's secretive, there's always conspiracy theories that a lot of those sightings probably were just craft that they were working on, like, stealth bombers. Those shits don't look like real planes. So you see that shit moving around, probably in that area. And Roswell's in Nevada, right? It's close to Area 51. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Las Vegas?
Roswell's New Mexico.
Oh, Roswell's New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, that was where they felt like the crash happened, Roswell. But Area 51's in Nevada. So nobody knows why it's called Area 51. It's kind of unclear. Nobody knows what it is.
Yeah. We have Groom Lake pulled up.
That's it? On Google Maps?
Yeah. Google Earth. Look
at that shit. So it's supposedly an empty lake. And like that's the facility around it. Like you see Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So
Area 51 right there.
Yeah, they did. The Groom Lake Test Facility was established in 1955 by the CIA for Project Aquatone. And Lockheed, the company Lockheed and the Air Force were working together. And that's basically how shit started over there. And then over the years, they worked on a bunch of different shit. Some information's come out because of Freedom of Information Acts. And it's basically like a secret base where they work on military planes and stuff. You can watch the documentary yourself.
Yo, fuck that. You should open another bunny ranch there.
Yeah.
Some shit I'm into. Yeah. Some shit I'm real curious about.
Yeah.
Fucking alien.
Yeah, does a bunny ranch still exist?
I know the guy died. I think
the guy died, right?
But I think the state took it over because of taxes or something.
None of those girls are really hot, though. I used to be like, when I watched it on
how did he get a show, that guy?
The bunny ranch.
And then he died.
Was a real creep, too.
That's still open.
Open 24 hours.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they worked on the A-12, the YF-12A, all these ships that probably nerds know about, like people who are into like planes and stuff. Yo, where you going? You just leaving the podcast? Yo, you go ahead, pee. All right, well, that's it, man. That's it. So go watch Bob Lazar's the dude. I don't know. Do you believe him? Do you not believe him? He was just on an episode of Joe Rogan. UFOs, are they real? I don't know.
Tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Hope you enjoyed the app. I'll be in Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection coming up next month. I can't remember the date, but anyway, just follow me. You'll figure it out at Giannis Pappas, at Christy Comedy. Go to ChristyComedy.com for his dates. Right now, he's in London. If you're listening to this, go see Chris at the Soho Theater, and then check all his upcoming shows. Again, go to Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Join the matriarchy. You get all that content, and my special is up there now in its entirety. So you'll be the only ones to see it. And I hope you enjoy it. And our shirts are available at onthevolleyapparel.com/collections/tees. Where the fuck is this?
We're there.
Yeah. So onthevolley.com/collections/tees, or just go to onthevolleyapparel.com. So it's onthevolleyapparel.com, and then you can just search History Hyenas or /collection/tees. The shirts are up there. We got
the shirts are fire.
Cocoa. We got No Fumes. We got Witch Hazel. Those shirts, and then our other store is teespring.com/History Hyenas. The links are on our YouTube. Join our YouTube page. Join our Instagram page. Serge, where you at? At Sergio Chacon.
Yeah, at Sergio Chacon. GIOCHICO1. I'm on Instagram all day, every day.
All day, every day. And if people want to throw hands, can they fucking throw hands with you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I train out of Overthrow Boxing Club. It's a dope facility. It's very hip. You know,
Yeah.
and it's all good, man. You know, we only charge $500 a session.
A lot of
for 35 minutes. And I'm kidding. It's reasonably priced. Come through, holla at me.
Yo, are you going on the road with Chrissy anytime soon?
No, but I'm going on. I think it's USO tour in August.
Nice.
That's dope, man.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
you know
support
what I'm saying?
the troops.
Yeah, man. So I'll be doing
country?
Bahamas, Honduras, Puerto Rico, and then we stop in Greenland.
Very cool.
That's weird though, right? Like you go to
a
start
weird
with that
trip.
heat and then you fucking end the cold.
Yo, you got a great life, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, baby.
Yo, you got
Just
a great
do
life.
it.
And you fly free for standby.
Yeah.
Fly free, frozen rats.
Level 1. Level 1 is the top level of standby. We got some new Patreon members, guys. You ready?
Ready.
Felix Webster, welcome to the matriarchy. Dylan Bradley. Wow, we're starting off white. Felix Webster and Dylan Bradley. Wow. And then we got a turban with a toot. So that's a PPW nominee right there. Angelo Burkus, welcome. Christian Wilkinson, welcome. Tom Franks and Beans for Chrissy D. Harris. So another PPW nominee. Then we got Brandon Landry. Yeah, I mean, that's a black kid. Yeah, I mean, Brandon Landry. Sounds like a draft pick. What's up, Brandon Landry? Then we got Jesse Ravelli. How you doing, Jesse? You make sure the garlic is sliced in or else you're going to get disciplined. Then we got Timmy Tit Tattoo. Another PPW nominee. Jake Shoot. What's up, Jake? What's up, Jake, man? How you doing, Jake? You fucking ass. Fuck yeah, man. He's fucking all Latinos. I can't fucking take it, Jake. Jake, I was in fucking Peru. Oh, my God. I can't take these fucking mucho caliente Latinos. Then we got Carl G. Ferro. Then we got Victor R. Sanchez. ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Then we got Justin Espino. ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Justin Gansey, Sauce Monkey Incorporated. Then we got Dimitrios Gavritsas. Tikanis Posisa Malaga. Then we got Miguel Whitest Walker Suarez. Yeah, we got a White Walker. A White Walker. Then we got Dylan Schimberg. Oh, that kid's screwed in. Then we got Brian Clean Piece of Beef Murray. That is that number one? That's PPW. Yeah, Brian Clean Piece of Beef Murray is a PPW of the week. And then, I might have said that too soon because with next one we got Cutie with a Booty, No Longer a Tootie. Wow, that's difficult. Who do you give it to? Is it Cutie with a Booty, No Longer a Tootie?
I like Cutie with a Booty.
No longer a tootie. Yeah, that's the PPW. Runner-up, Brian Clean Piece of Beef Murray and Tom Franks and Beans for Chrissy D. Harris. That's history.
There was a 3 on the bottom that weren't right before.
These fucking complainers. Who do we got? We got Gregory Stitz. Welcome. He's a German. Gregory Stitz. Hell, this is a few Gregory Stitz. You fucking German kids, no monkey. Then we got Miles Whitney Houston T2 Text. That's a good one. We already got the PPW though. And then I like this guy, Jose the Banker. I like that. He's just Jose the Banker. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you.
A lot of Latinos.
We got a lot of Latinos. We got a lot of everything. We got a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Yo, we got a diverse following. We got black kids. We got Spanish kids. We got Eastern Hemis, Asians, and of course we get weed.
Heavy on the weed.
We heavy on the weed. So, yo, thank you for listening. Will Chrissy be back next week, or what's his schedule?
I think he said he was going to be gone next. I think he gets back next Monday.
He gets back next Monday, so he will be back next Monday.
Probably not. He's going to be flying back from Europe, so he's probably going to be.
So if we don't reschedule with Chrissy, then Sergio, you coming back next week?
Yeah, I'll come through for sure.
Yeah, and you come back anyway, yo. So follow us all. Thank you for listening. And again, most important thing, tell your friends about the History Hyenas. Peace. I don't want to suck a dick.